Shalom, Mike.
Shalom.
We are back. We'd like to welcome you to the Truth Be Told Flex podcast. I am Shia Yeshua Judah. We also got Ayo Ben Yahoo, Bernard Shell Ahaya is also in the house as well. I thought I'd do a little flashback with the podcast original intro song. By way of Roshan Judah.
A banger. The intro was
Yeah. Roshan did that one, man. Yeah, he's real nice. He actually told me if we wanted to do intro to let him know and he'll hook us up. So I might have to get with him and see what he'll do for us.
Tell him hook it on up.
Yeah, for sure.
Hook it on.
Yeah, we are back, people, and welcome, man. Me and the I had a great conversation before the show started, and if that is an inclination of what this show is going to be, I believe that you people are going to be in for a blessing, man. How you doing, Naki?
That's the thing. I'm going right there. Bam. We can have flowers in a minute, but I'm good, brother. I'm good, man.
Already.
Yeah. I'm feeling dynamite, man. Hey, as long as the Most High is on the throne, and from last time I checked, he ain't going nowhere.
Ain't going nowhere.
As long as he's on the throne, I'm good. I'm good, man.
How
you be? How y'all be?
Man, we doing good, man. We are. The Most High steadily blessing. He give me more and more reasons to praise him.
Come on, man.
Give me more and more reasons to give him glory. He give me more and more reasons to trust in him. Say, man, I by no means Shia gonna say that the walk is getting easier, but what is getting easier is me loving him more. That is getting easy.
That's it.
And trusting him more. Yeah, man. Yeah, but Nat, how you doing?
Doing good. I'm here tonight, so actually I'm doing excellent.
Your mic is muted. I think they can hear you, but I know your mic is muted. Yeah.
Well, let me repeat. I'm doing excellent. I'm doing great because I'm here tonight.
Oh, crazy. Yep, you are. It's been crazy because she's actually, real talk, was not scheduled to be on any of these shows coming back off break, man. And she has made every show. Now the downside of that, what did Michael say? What he say you gonna be doing tonight? Free willing it. What did he say?
I don't know. It's Micah. Ain't no telling what he said.
Yeah. The down of that is because I never expect her to be in the show. I never send her what we talking about. Yes. She be here, but she be doing her thing though. So, and I tell you this, with her over there, it still makes stuff a whole lot easier. Though, yeah, I am not gonna lie about that, man. Yeah, both sides worked it out. It's exactly, May. Who we got in the house tonight? I see May. I see Elder Messiah. Shalom, King. Shalom. I see D-Leg 12 in the house. Shalom, D-Leg. Shaka Boom 80.
Shaka Boom.
I see Eliyahu Israel up in the house, man. Shalom, Mikey. Shalom, man. It's been a minute since I seen that name in the show, man. Welcome back, brother. Mahalik is in the house. Excuse me, Mahalik. Jamil,
that H hard to see. That H hard.
Yeah, I know, right? Hey, and I don't wear my glasses during the show, and y'all know I'm blind, right?
Man.
Man.
Say, true story. So we get married. I've been needing glasses way before I married this chick, man, but I never got them. I've been driving so long that no lie, man, that I just drive. I know I might not can see the street sign, but because I've been driving so long, I know what the street sign say. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. I'm out here doing my thing. No glasses, boy. I'm rolling. I'm cool, right? Man, she convinced me to go get my glasses. I go to the matter of fact, I showed you where it was at. I shared this story with you. I think when you was in Dallas, man, the Fur Drip
Oh
when
yeah,
we was
yeah,
over
yeah,
there
yeah,
in the
yeah,
ski. Yeah, I
yeah,
showed
yeah,
you where
yeah.
I went to go get my glasses, man. She convinced me to go get my glasses, bro. I went over there, did the eye test. Back then, you had to come back, get the glasses. I got out work, went over there, got them glasses, put them glasses on, family. I thought I was gonna have to call my wife to come pick me up, man. Say, I put them glasses on, the whole world was so clear to me, it scared me.
Wait a minute, I ain't supposed to be seeing this clear. Something's not right.
Look, bro, the whole world was in 3D, 4K, 1080p.
And he
Lord
was so
have
in
mercy.
shock about how clear everything was. I'm just stunned because I'm like, I've been riding around with this
Yes.
dude and he couldn't see. What in the world?
Sister got him an HDMI cord for his glasses.
Right. Shaka Boom, it took me about 2, maybe 3 years to come to the realization that I needed to get some glasses. I was in denial for a minute. Now,
Wow.
I wish I would try and do something without these glasses.
Man,
Well, if y'all find this HDMI cord, send one to South Carolina, because my wife, I told you,
That's
next
what
time
she said.
I'm gonna get a belt and a hickory stick for her hind end. Never have on her glasses.
It takes us some time to realize that we need those enhancements.
Look,
Be patient,
I'm
brother.
telling you, I'll be like,
look, man, I got glasses all over the house. Every room I go to, I got a pair of glasses. I got glasses in the car. I got glasses in the truck.
No, for real. In the kitchen, yep. I got glasses on his side of the bed. It's that bad, y'all.
Look, she said she about to put that's right. Put them on, baby.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So sometimes and y'all be hearing me reading articles and I be sounding like I got a 3rd grade education. That's not the case.
It's because he can't see.
I can't see.
Yes, indeed.
I can't see. Boy. I ain't never needed glasses, but I'm glad the Most High gave me long arms. I'm the first brother in the world that could tie shoes standing up.
Man.
Standing up, tie my shoes.
That almost sounds like a talent, man.
Right?
It's a gift. I'm the only brother ever, man.
Yeah, sound like orangutanganish. You know what I'm saying?
Tie my shoes standing up. I ain't got to bend over. I ain't got to look down. Drop my arms down there.
All praises. We are back though, man. I see Lewis in the house. Shalom, my key. Shalom. Welcome to the show, man. Hope you enjoy it. Let's get this thing going, especially too, because the first video that we got on the docket tonight is a little lengthy, and I want to have it played out in its duration, and so we're gonna try to get through this show the best that we can. Sports talk real quick. What you got for us, brother?
And I don't know if I think I sent it to you.
You did. I should have.
I know.
Much for digging it.
I forgot to send the graphic in, but we want to mention
something. You think you can? If I text you something, you think you can get it on the screen?
Try me.
Come on now.
Right.
My money is on, and I know we don't bet, y'all, but my money is on Banaf. She gonna get it. My money on Banaf. He gonna send it to her. It's gonna be up there. But it is so not strange. Just the world is just crazy. But we're gonna mention it tonight at the start of the show because it's worthy of a whole entire show. And maybe one day we could do this. But shouts to Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, at Colorado. Again, it's not talked about enough, but he has achieved something that is rarely done, even at University of Alabama, University of Florida, Florida State, Ohio State. A lot of these colleges are known for their football, or basketball, volleyball program, but Coach Prime has done something unprecedented, and ESPN won't mention it. ABC News won't mention it. You best believe when he got drama going on, they make sure they talk about it.
It's be the first ones
to talk about it. First take all of the sports channels. But tonight we want to recognize Coach Prime for getting an average across the whole roster and team.
Come on now.
3.0 GPA, which is unprecedented. Now, y'all may say, yeah, that's listen, an average of over 60 or 70 players normally at Alabama, Ohio State. Go look it up, Penn State, the top colleges. Average, you're looking at around 2.7, 2.8-ish, which is a B- average. But Coach Prime, as far as academics at the University of Colorado, has achieved an average of 3.04 across the board. That's every player is at least 2.9 or better. Come on, man. And I just wanted to mention that because when I seen the graphic, again, there it is. Colorado Buffs make history. Now, you best believe since he left Jackson State, they have been trying to find so much dirt, so much drama on this man. If it's making history and they printed it, you best believe it's history. The entire team GPA surpasses 3.0, which, like I said, if you can go Google it, I think the national line is like 2.8 or 2.9. So shouts to Coach Prime, his coaching staff, and the main point before I throw it over to y'all, I know we got to go, but real quick, this is the definition of a man teaching and building young men. It's more than football. It's more than football. It's more to it. And this is what we need. This is got to be mentioned. But yeah, Coach Prime, shouts to Coach Prime and his coaching staff, University of Colorado. Big ups to you. Go ahead, brother. I know you want
I'm glad that you brought that up. I told you when I saw that, I was actually going to do a segment on that on my other YouTube page, and I still may do it, and I'm in agreement with you as well. I feel like that's something that needs to have more attention and more talk time as well, so maybe we could collab on that too at some other time, because like you say, that's unprecedented. You got people in this world like Jason Whitlock, who makes a living off of dogging Coach Prime out, and I think one of the things that he say the most about Prime is that he don't care about the kids. He say that all the time.
All the time.
He say that all the time, that he don't care about the kids and he hate the position that he is in because he don't deserve it. And the kids deserve better. But anybody who watched Prime, and I'm not talking about just now. See, I've had the privilege of watching Coach Prime for many years.
Right.
Back when he was in Dallas coaching his boys in high school. I've had the privilege of being able to watch him for many years. And so you can tell a man character when he stays the same all the way through.
Yep. Didn't matter what group he was coaching, young to now.
And he has always stayed consistent. So it's what you see is what you get. And I told these white people one time that what y'all call arrogance is not arrogance.
Thank you. It's
confidence. And
Prime
has always been the one to be able to back his junk up, as you want to call it. Always. And so what they really hate is his greatness. Now, when you look at Prime and what he's doing with those young men over there, for the whole roster to be 3.0, you know what that tells me? That was a requirement.
Absolutely.
Come on, man. And this is why players transferred out, talking junk, but now look at it. This is why Jason Whitlock, Coach Prime is saying that his players can't wear slides to classes. They got to have on actual
standards.
Shoes. Well, this is why.
Yeah, standards.
It took a while. It took a couple of years. People couldn't understand it. I know I heard it. My coach was the same way. You ain't don't come up here with no flip-flops, no slide, flopping, flip-flop. No football players be doing that anyway, but I digress. But yeah, man, I agree with you. I
bet they're required to sit in front of the class.
Yes, they are.
They are. Yeah. Nobody at the back. Come up front.
Yep. I already know how it goes.
Yep.
Standards, man. And again, I'm glad he didn't jump to the NFL. I know his boys are going, and he said that's something he talked about it lately. He said it's something that was a hard pill to swallow, to not be coaching them, because he's done it, like you just said, since they were little. But he said it's something he's called to do, to stay at Colorado.
I've been telling people this. I think you and I had this conversation too one time, and by no means will I say I know Prime, because I don't know Prime from a can of paint. We only know what we see, right? But you can tell character. You know what I'm
Correct.
saying? At least you think you can. And I've been telling people all the time that I don't see Prime leaving the college arena. And if so, not now, because this is what he is, where he needs to be, where he want to be, doing what he want to do. There's a difference, and you know this, Ayo, because you played college ball. There's a difference with coaching college kids and millionaires.
It's a different.
Yeah, I think it would have to be the right environment, because you and I actually talked about it. While I know the NFL is probably at some point going to be knocking on his door asking him to come coach, it has to be the absolute right environment for him to go there.
Right,
all the pieces have to come together the right way.
He like molding, man. He like to see Coach Prime like to see kids come to him as kids and leave him as grown men.
Yep.
Right. That's it. That's
what he like.
And he knew going to the Cowboys under Jerry Jones right now, he was like, nah, player, I'm not.
It would have tainted the legacy he's trying to build.
There you go. Cause again, when I coached Icernia at Methodist University, which was now when I played Methodist College, when he set a curfew, you had to be in study hall by a certain time. You made sure you were there. Going to the NFL, putting curfew on grown men, they're gonna be like,
grown millionaires.
Yeah, we going to the club. We ain't talking. We ain't 10 o'clock.
I'll pay the fine.
Right.
I'll pay the fine.
I'll pay
the 150 grand. I make 25 mil a year. I'm not having no curfew. You can't tell me what to do. It'll be all right.
Because you're certainly not gonna bench him.
Right.
So Coach Prime was like, you know what? I'm not ready for that. Let me stay here and y'all do. I ain't ready for that bull jump.
Right here.
Yeah.
Right here. I ain't ready for that bull jump.
Ready for that. Yo, so that is it, man. That is it for the boy. We could be here all night talking about sports too. What done transpired in
I'm about to say. So we just gonna glaze over.
Yeah, we gonna glaze over that. We ain't got time for that.
Thank you, Ayo. Thank you, Ayo.
We ain't got time for that.
I digress. Right. We ain't got time. Yeah, it is diabolical. Y'all got old street clothes.
Man, look at here. Look at here.
Boy, AD teaches off of snowfall. Boy, he gonna be hurt. He get hurt fixing some coffee in the morning.
They both the same way on the cool though, man. But the difference is that Luka will try to play through here.
He will. And AD. But this is what I think. And y'all just got it just hit the wire from the 76ers. He played for the Miami Heat. What is his name? I cannot remember. He's a wing and he shoot the tray ball. So again, even before that trade with just Anthony Davis, I believe Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis, the pick and roll gonna be a monkey. And you still got Trey. Klay Thompson. So to me, in my opinion, I think y'all guys move up right behind the OKC Thunder or the Memphis Grizzlies, because right now in the West, OKC is number one, and the Grizzlies number two, and the Rockets number three. I think y'all move it with Anthony Davis now and Kyrie Irving and Klay Thompson. I think y'all move slightly
a healthy Anthony Davis,
a healthy AD. He's having an MVP year. He's having.
I agree with you totally.
I still don't like it.
We actually got time to talk about it some more because my video not ready. I don't know how this happened, but it's not. I actually agree with you from a basketball point of view. I told you I did 2 videos. I did one in my emotions,
right.
and then I did a real basketball video.
Out your feelings.
Yeah, out my feelings, right. From a basketball point of view, man, Dallas actually won. You know what I'm saying? For now, you got AD will actually be able to go back to 4, which is his natural position. You got Lively that's gonna hold down the 5. You got Klay, you know what I'm saying, and you got Kyrie. That pick and roll is gonna be something nasty. It's gonna look up.
Sorry, Caleb Martin. Caleb Martin just got traded. Caleb Martin is with the Heat and with the 76ers, and is averaging 4 threes a game, right at 18 to 20 points a game. Caleb Martin. So he
This
just got. He is another addition. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just wanted to remember that as it came up.
Right.
Caleb Martin. Caleb Martin is another addition that he's pretty much Klay Thompson, a younger Klay Thompson.
Right. So yeah, and that's what we needed, just another shooter. You know what I'm saying? That's what we needed. So but this the thing though, because the NBA is a business, there's still something diabolical behind that trade, because like I just told my wife, even though you gain basketball wise, your game was not enough gain to get rid of Luka, because you sacrificed your fan base.
Right.
Dude, there are people in Dallas losing their mind, and rightfully so.
They talking about refunding season ticket holders.
Refunding tickets, exactly.
That's crazy. Now,
yeah.
Here's the thing. Excuse me. With LA, the number one selling NBA jersey was LeBron James. Now, guess who it is?
Luka.
Within hours, Luka Doncic
you know
has the number one. Now
we can't do this.
Now he is, as far as the European,
that's that Dallas circuit,
and a global or world market. Come on, man. This is going to take him to another level, and he's only 25. Now, well, I guess South Oak Cliff. Now, here's the thing. This is why the Lakers win this trade down the road, because no superstar, not star, but superstar, ever came to LA and not won a championship. Magic Johnson, Jerry West, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Shaq, Kobe, LeBron. So now, if he go ahead,
I got one that didn't win.
Who's that? Superstar?
Karl Malone.
Oh, yeah.
Was he a superstar?
He came over there with Gary Payton. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Karl Malone was a superstar, man.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I think he.
But he was. You know why you question that, man? We really got to go, because it's not the era, but because of the team he was on. Utah was a small market, so he didn't get a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was going. Right,
Seattle,
exactly. And Seattle,
yeah.
Let's get the show going, man. We'll stay here.
I know. We gotta go.
Let's get the show started, man. All right, people. We sorry.
We apologize.
My bad.
Yeah, man. Let's get this going. Oh, wow. This is going to be a 9-minute video, so I ask for you guys patience on this here, okay? Here we go.
Defeat at the last presidential election. We saw history repeat itself at the weekend, where a DNC official demanded that a non-binary person be voted into the vice president position of the organization.
The rules specify that when we have a gender non-binary candidate or officer, the non-binary individual is counted as neither male nor female, and the remaining 6 offices must be gender balanced. With the results of the previous 4 elections, our elected officers are currently 2 male and 2 female. In order to be gender balanced, we must elect 1 male, 1 female, and 1 person of any gender. So again, this is what we have to do for this vice chair race. We have to elect 1 male, 1 female, and 1 person of any gender. To ensure our process accounts for male, female, and non-binary candidates, we conferred with our RBC co-chair, our LGBT caucus co-chair, and others to ensure that the process is inclusive and meets the gender balance requirements in our rules. To do this, our process will be slightly different than the one outlined to you earlier this week, but I hope you will see that in practice it is simple and transparent. The order of balloting is designed to ensure equal access to the ballot, regardless of gender identity. As we must elect a candidate of any gender as well as 1 male and 1 female vice chair, we will first ask members to elect a candidate of any gender on the first ballot. Any candidate, male, female, and non-binary, can be elected on that ballot. After a candidate is elected on the first ballot, we'll have one officer of the three. So then we will know which position is filled of the one male, one female, and one vice chair of any gender. Our second ballot would also be for a candidate of any gender. Then our third ballot will be the third position that is remaining based on the two results. Either a male candidate if a candidate that is not male has not been elected, or a female candidate if a female has not been elected.
The confused diatribe was mocked relentlessly by online commentators, with this person saying, DNC chair gets confused by his own party's rules for their gender balance provisions, has to hand over the mic to someone else who also can't explain it during leadership voting. This is absolutely insane. This party has learnt nothing. And this person agreed, saying, I was 40 minutes into the strangest SNL skit I had ever seen before I realised I was watching the DNC leadership elections. The DNC was blasted for making every aspect of the event about gender, race, and sexuality.
Hello, Democrats. Hey, I am speaking, and I would love your attention. There is a black woman at this podium, and I deserve your attention like the 11 people who went before me. Yes, I am speaking.
I had to pause it there, man. I had to pause it there, man.
What in the devil?
This video, I really wanted to chop it up because it was a lot. What happened? Oh, because it's still there. Yeah, because it was a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like, I said, not, but everything about it had some relevance. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And let me give you the main reason why I wanted to talk about this, which I'm sure you know, Ayo. I'm so tired of black people talking about this DIA and being all upset about it. DEI, I'm sorry, this DEI and being so upset about it, excuse me. Yeah, when you pull back the peels on the onion on DEI, you will see who DEI protects more. And it's not us as a people. You dig what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That whole intro of that dude at the beginning of that video, that was so confusing on what he was talking about. And did you hear him? He said, this is what we have to do what? To satisfy the diverse, equity, and inclusion law of their seat.
Well, I got a headache.
Yeah.
After the first couple minutes,
you got a headache on that.
Yeah, it's more. I know it's
yeah. You about to get more, man. Look how she came out there, man. How retarded was that? There's a black lady speaking, and I need your attention.
It's so stereotypical of what the world will say and believe what the U.S. says about.
I'm sorry.
Now go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I did not mean to do that. Yeah.
The whole event was one big parody.
And we'll begin with the opening statements. Each candidate will have 30 seconds, and we'll start with Dr. Quintessa Hathaway.
Good evening, everyone. It is my desire to be the next DNC chair, and I just want to give you all a little bit of something that's been on my heart here over the last couple of days. You fight on, you fight on, you fight on, you fight on.
The chosen vice president was David Hogg, a far-left anti-gun activist.
Yeah! Are you ready to go on the offense?
Yeah!
Are you ready to go on the offense?
Yeah!
We have to win back our young people. I am the only candidate in this race for any of these positions that is under 30. We had a 20-point shift to the right of our young people. We must show our young people we give a damn about them, that we support them, and we invest in them. I have raised over $11 million in the past year to support the future of our party.
Hey. What you got, yo?
I'm not even gonna get on eyelashes. We'll wait till later for her. But isn't this David Hogg dude? Didn't he survive Sandy Hook or the park? One of them school shootings.
One of them school, yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. Boy, this is diabolical.
She said that was on her mind, Bess.
Man, I'll shave your eyelashes down, girl. What is all right, go ahead. Oh,
That
Lord, boy, this
whole
is
diatribe leaves me nonplussed. Let me just say that.
Because I don't just tweet, I don't just talk the talk, I also walk the walk and I knock the knock in doors across the country. But I'm counting on you in this moment right now. I need your support. Please vote for me. Thank you so much.
Online commentators blasted the appointment, saying the DNC elected David Hogg, the human equivalent of a participation trophy, as co-chair to win the elusive youth vote. Because nothing says relatable and cool quite like a gangly, pasty love child of a soy latte and a man bun who looks like he'd shatter in a gentle breeze. The DNC event gave an interesting insight into the mindset of the Democrats following a thumping election loss last year. It seems they're still not getting it and blaming racism and misogyny for their defeat.
In this round, so I'm going to, I have a show of hands. How many of you believe that racism and misogyny played a role in Vice President Harris's defeat? Okay. So that's good. You all pass.
This person slammed the inability to learn, saying, "At this point, we should just make J.D. Vance president in 2028. Forget an election, because these Democrats wouldn't stand a chance at winning, seeing as how they didn't learn their lesson on why they lost on the 5th of November. The bizarre footage comes after Donald Trump has been on a warpath, dismantling DEI and transgenderism.
Mary, great to see you. Thanks for having us. So I wanted to follow up on the gender executive orders you mentioned. First of all, we know that President Trump has taken a bunch of steps to protect children from irreversible transgender procedures. Is he interested in backing congressional legislation on this point? And does the Trump administration have interest in investigating doctors who perform these irreversible procedures on kids, such as a double mastectomy on a minor girl? Well, the president has already taken a very strong stance on this issue this week with the signing of his executive order, a few executive orders in this space. First, he made it the official policy of the federal government that there are only two sexes, male and female, and we have directed all federal agencies to comply with that policy. As for congressional legislation to support the president's agenda in this space, and certainly ending the mutilation of young children, the chemical castration of young children, which is a barbaric practice that the vast majority of Americans do not support for young minor children. Certainly the president would support Congress's efforts, as he has already made that very clear this week.
And Trump went further just last week, banning all transgender personnel from the military.
Some interesting stuff, well, I mean, some great stuff that he's laid out here in terms of we're getting DEI out of the military, transgender ideology is gone, we're having military men back with back pay who were dismissed for not taking the COVID vaccine. Yeah. We're going to look at building our own Iron Dome. I mean, the man is on fire.
Getting DEI out of the military is such an obvious thing to do. It's amazing that it has to be done, but good on him for doing it. And it's not just that the military won't take transgendered people. They will get rid of the about 15,000 transgendered people currently serving in the military. And it makes sense in this regard. If you've got a tooth cavity, you are unfit to be deployed. If you had sleep apnea until recently, you are unfit to be deployed. If you've got any condition that requires ongoing medical care, you can't be deployed. And Trump says our military needs to be ready and it needs to be lethal. So you can't have thousands of people who are unable to be deployed because they have an ongoing medical condition that requires ongoing care. It's nothing against transgendered people. It's just that the military is not the place for them. So I think Starbucks will have a lot of people lining up ready to be employed there, because Starbucks, you know, have a love for LGBT.
They do, although they are among the growing list of massive corporates that are doing away with their DEI. So who knows who they will be employing next in the lineup. But this is also a duty of care issue. If I know that you aren't fit, body and mind, well, I don't believe you to be, then you shouldn't be. If I'm taking good care of you, you shouldn't be in a high-pressure job like the military when you not being at your peak could cost somebody else and you your own life. As for the Iron Dome.
All right, man. So, as I said, it was so much to unpack in that thing, man. I felt like it all needed to be played. We said all the time on this show that Alphabet Group are bullies. That's what we call them. Am I correct? Yeah,
Correct.
We call them bullies. And diversity, equity, and inclusion. Woken Token, welcome to the show. We pray that you enjoy yourself, brother. Yeah, welcome to the show. We see that diversity, equity, and inclusion bullet their way into these companies and corporations' lives, man. Follow the money. Follow the money. How did they get there, right? No, it came up under the past administration, and they was trying their best to get Kamala in so that agenda could continue to go. This is why so many companies are bagging out of it, because it forced them to do things and to hire people and to consider people that they normally wouldn't on the basis of, you know what I'm saying? And this is outside of who we are as so-called Black people. We got our own set of problems and always have had our own set of problems. You know? And we're going to continue to have our own set of problems. But there was something that was said, and I'm going to ask you guys y'all opinion on it, because I firmly agree with it. It was something that was said in that nearly 3 months after the Democrats' major setback, right? Though they just lost the 2024 elections. It said the party gathered, this was on a Saturday to choose their new leadership, and that was the video that we saw. They still have not, in y'all opinion, they really for real still have not come to grips as to why. Not just that they lost, but in the fashion that they lost, they still have not come to grips with that. How do you guys?
Yeah, they again, when you are just absolutely totally out of touch with reality, the accountability factor and the just the sheer magnitude of common sense will leave you. And this is where they are. They used to call themselves the party of common sense. I don't know. That was a whole SNL Saturday Night Live skit. Like that they're not. This is why you may never ever. Not only will you may never ever win again, you may never ever be able to have a strong enough candidate to even run with this foolery. Like that, too far left isn't even the statement. Like, this is madness.
So I remember a time where people would come into a company for an interview, and based off of how they were dressed, based off of their appearance, a number of things. Like, I can turn away somebody who isn't dressed appropriately. What is appropriately now? So what do you consider appropriate? Somebody coming in for an interview, let's say a young lady got on a short mini skirt, what do they call? The bustiers and stilettos. Who's going to tell her she's not dressed appropriately for an interview? If you have somebody who clearly is a man come in wearing a skirt, and because they consider themselves to be, they identify as a woman, you are now required to interview them. And you better have a good reason, a darn good reason, not to hire them. A darn good reason. That makes doing the job that companies do in terms of making sure they hire the right candidate, somebody who's going to fit with the whatever team that they're trying to hire this person for. It makes their job that much more difficult, because now everybody has to be trained, coached, and developed how to accept things that they wouldn't generally accept.
Right.
And if you have a personal opinion, belief, religion, whatever it is that says, I can't accept this, or I can't work with this, or I can't do this, now you're the problem.
Right.
As opposed to the person who is clearly a man dressed like a woman.
Again, that the person with common sense, you're the issue.
Correct.
You're the reason why we can't move forward. You're the ones holding us all back. And to be so out of touch to not even recognize that, man, boy, that was any human being. That video was tough to watch.
That video was very tough to watch, and I do apologize. I do apologize to the Truth Be Told family, but it needed to be played because the reason I wanted to play it is because there are so many Christian folks that voted left that cried when Kamala didn't get in office. So many of our people boo-hooed when she did it. And I think I'm gonna record this take this sound bite and I'm gonna put it in Ideal because I hate to keep repeating it. I'm not a Trump supporter. Okay.
Right. We are not. Yeah. But it's the other side is so bad it make you seem like you
right.
Like,
is that make it seem like it
real hard,
right? And they making it easy for him to do what it is that he's doing right now. So if you was to ask me as a black man in America, been black all my life, power to my people for real, what you think about him getting rid of DEI?
Oh boy.
Why? Because of the point that Bernard just pointed out. You got a grown man coming in here for an interview and a dress and makeup on and a wig identifying as a woman. You can't tell him, sir, you need to leave.
Right.
So I don't know if you guys are aware. I saw the video clip maybe about 3 or 4 days ago. And I think I sent it to you, Sheer. There is a man who went to court and told them he identifies as a woman. He wants to go to the female prison.
I remember this.
And the lady who was speaking against it said, it is clear he is a man. There is no way he should be going to a women's prison. Well, based on the rules that were in place for the last several years, why not?
Right.
If he decided he want to wake up and identify as a woman based on the rules that y'all put in place, how he can't identify as a woman?
Right.
You're mad because he's using the same game that y'all decided was convenient. He's using it now against you, and you're mad because he decided today.
Right.
Just today when he got up that morning, I identify as a woman. Sitting to the female.
Who's gonna tell him he not?
And again, who was the president that ushered all of that stuff in? Barack Obama.
He
was the one. He was the one.
Yeah.
He was the one that signing legislature after legislature after legislature after legislature when all this other stuff was going on, we was paying attention to. Come January next year, you had all this stuff dropping. DEI this, DEI, stronger initiatives for LGBT. And here we are. Here we are. If I say no, that is a male inmate dressed like a woman that can't go into the woman prison, and they tell me I'm crazy. That's bonkers.
Right.
Trying to find another word besides diabolical.
I know.
You can't.
How can we? And after watching that video, I don't understand. I don't understand for the life of me how we can sit back and think, like Sure said, be in these churches and we just think that's okay.
It's okay, yeah. And fighting for it. You dig what I'm saying? Like, bruh, if look, I've said this 1,000 times and I'm gonna say it 1,000 more. We as a people are resilient and always going to be resilient. Whatever they throw our way, the Most High have allowed us to be able to overcome that for the best of our good. So if it makes it a little bit harder for us to get into certain doors, it's not going to make it impossible for us. If this is blocking off a door totally for these gender fluid people, diversity, equity, and inclusiveness, let it be so. It's just like D-Lex said. This was tough for us. A lot of clear. Is this the one? Let me see. Yeah. Pull that one up, babe. He said the DEI stuff was never for us. A lot of clear people and Asian people are the ones who benefited from that. He said, I don't have a dog in the fight, but whatever happened, the Most High is allowing our agree with that 100%. And right now, as it stands, this is totally retarded, people.
Yep.
You can't use that word anymore.
No, Trump in office.
You're right.
Yeah.
Let me retract my statement.
Yeah. What were you about to say?
I was just going to say, me and the family have been talking about this for a while now, and it's crazy how when D-Elect put that up there, I thought about what me, and I think I've shared it with you too, Sheer, and I want to 1 Kings 22:19 real quick, and I want to throw up this graphic, and I want to read this. Is this 1 Kings 22? Ahab was about to go take some land, and Jehoshaphat was the king of Judah. Ahab was the king of the northern tribes, and I want y'all to look at this right quick. See if we could. Oh no! I don't want to do that. Am I still? Can y'all hear me? Okay. All right. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all see me? Am I live?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. All right. All right. Hold on.
1 King, what?
1 Kings 22:19.
No, I thought
1
I had
Kings 22:19.
I had my Bible up.
I want to show that. Y'all see that graphic on the screen right there? That is the left and the right. Now, I'm not saying either side. I want y'all to get a graphic. I want y'all to get this in your mind as I read this verse. So to summarize it, Ahab, Jezebel's husband, was the king of the northern tribes, and Jehoshaphat was the king of the southern tribes. Well, he was about to go take some land, and all of his prophets were saying, "Yes, you're gonna win." And he consulted with Jehoshaphat. Jehoshaphat was like, "Well, your prophets are gonna tell you something good. Why don't we get Micaiah, a prophet of the Most High, to prophesy and tell you what's gonna happen?" And he said, Ahab was like, "He never prophesies in my name." Now you're seeing this graphic, left and the right. I want y'all to read this. And he said, "Hear thou therefore the word of the Most High. I saw the Most High sitting on his throne with all the host of heaven standing by him on his right and his left. Mashiach ascended into the right hand, the right side of the Father." So this is how serious this is, guys. You have the left. This is what they didn't take that graphic and do the Congress left and the right and the Democrats too far left and the right. They don't do this, they get this from somewhere. And they're cosplaying.
It's by design.
It's by design. They're cosplaying this, trying to show you, and the Most High is showing you, I've sent a lying ruach into these people.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the lying spirit went down. If you go down and it's verse 21, and there came forth a spirit and stood before the Most High and said, I will persuade him. Now this is, he persuaded the 400 prophets to lie to them to get him to go into the battle, because the Most High was like, I'm about to do away with Ahab. But he thought they were speaking right. So it's the same here, y'all. It's the same here, man. And
the thing with that too, because that's one of my favorite stories. The thing with that in Ahab is that all the Most High did was told Ahab and allowed him to believe what was already in his heart. Which goes back to what you were saying at the beginning. When you get so delusional, you no longer have common sense. And so, it's like, what do Sirach say? That the Ruach will walk with you in crooked paths.
Right.
Crooked dark paths to see if she can trust you. And if she can, she will continue to impart wisdom to you. But if she can't, she'll turn you over to your own destruction. And that's what the Most High did with Ahab. If somebody came to him with common sense, he's not listening to it. So I'm going to tell you what you want to hear.
There you go. Thank you.
Go on and go. Go out there. You going to win. Okay, I'm going to go. And what happened to him? End of the story. No more Ahab.
No more. Done. Out of here.
Done. You dig what I'm saying? Because that what was already, he had already purposed in his heart what he was going to do. We all been there. Anyway. We done all been there. Like, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it, and the hell with it.
It is what
it is.
How many of us are still there?
Right. You see what I'm saying?
You stepped
How
on
many in
some toes with
Yasharal?
that one.
How many in Yasharal right now are still there? The most I've been telling and wanting, and we just in our own understanding. And that I've made a post earlier. That was one of the biggest coming into this truth. That one of the biggest vices. I was smoking, drinking, clubbing. That was easy. I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that no more anyway. But instead of leaning to my own understanding, getting the Most High's understanding, instead of my own will, let His will be done. That was the hardest thing I ever did. That was the toughest thing I ever did.
One of the hardest things, man. Hardest thing. That's what one of the things that me and my daughter was talking about, man. Scripture said, unless a man is born again, he cannot see the kingdom of God. That's what it said. In other words, what he's saying is that you are so carnal that your spiritual eye can't even see what it is that he has prepared for you, because all you focused on is this right here in the earth. And that goes back to what you was talking about. That's why Paul says when you talk spiritual things to a wicked person, that's foolishness.
They ain't foolishness, because all they see is carnal. They don't see
all they see is carnality.
Come on, man.
You see what I'm saying?
Boy, listen, and
all they see is carnality.
And in that video, that's all you see is flesh.
That's it. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. That's it. And so you got all these black people crying about DEI. Don't shop here. Don't go here. Don't do this. Don't do that. Look, this is the truth of the matter. If there is anything to be upset about, we need to be upset that they even included us in that DEI stuff. That's what we need to be upset about, that we are included in that. Look, King, regardless of how you think about Martin Luther King, is how you call him, and Malcolm X, they were fighting for civil rights, specifically for black people in America. That's what they was fighting for. Just like Charles Xavier and Magneto. Their concern was the mutants.
That's it.
It didn't go no farther than that. It was the mutants, man. So how do we get lumped with this DEI stuff to begin with is beyond me. So if you want to be upset about something, you be upset about that. Because look, we don't need no help going backwards. And that's exactly what happened to us when we allow Asians and homosexuals and everybody else get included in what our people fought for in America, man.
Come on, I'll tell it.
I don't need no help going backwards.
And like you said earlier, these churches, you got Jamal Bryant. We need to go on a 40-day fast from Target.
Right.
Like, what is you talking about, bro? Like, this is what keeps us asleep. And like he got that breath. You know how pastors, preachers take that breath.
Right. Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Like, bro, you
have an asthma attack any moment,
bro. Like, and this is what keeps us so, y'all. Okay, I digress.
Nah, you absolutely right, man. We got to move it on through because we already 54 minutes into the show, and we ain't even. Oh my goodness, man.
We ain't gonna make it. We're gonna be at 1:30 in the morning. I'm gonna wake up in the morning going to work.
No, you're not.
Forrest Whitaker,
but not say nope.
Not tonight.
I got you, fam.
Yeah. Let's get it, man. Let's get to this next one. I think I got him in order. If I got him in order, go ahead and pull up that next video. But not. If it's not in order, I'll let you know. It's the very first one. Yeah, after Vice out? Okay.
And he said, Dad, guess which is it? Is it NBA or NFL? 36 have been accused of spousal abuse. 7 have been arrested for fraud. 19 have been accused of writing bad checks. 117 have directly or indirectly been bankrupted at least 2 businesses. 3 have done time for assault. 71, I repeat, 71 cannot get a credit card due to their bad credit. 14 have been arrested on drug-related charges. 8 have been arrested for shoplifting. 21 currently are defendants in lawsuits, and 84 have been arrested for drunk driving in the last year. How many of you think NBA? How many of you think NFL? Well, the answer is neither. It's the 435 members of the United States Congress.
Whew. Good gracious of life, boy.
It's obvious that this was an old video, and that's the one thing I don't like about TikTok is that there's no timestamp on it, like when it was posted and stuff like that, right? I'd be looking and I can't, but it's obvious that was an old video. You didn't need now. But as time go by, things do not get better. We know this. And Esdras tell us that as the generations age, they get weaker and weaker. So my thing is that if it was that bad then, and this was in the 90s, right?
Goodness, boy.
What do you think it is now? I tried my best to find some information on some current numbers on that. They darn near scrubbed that.
Yeah, you
right there, what we just heard. Yeah, they darn near scrubbed that. I don't know how they didn't, but they was trying to, right?
That's why they're trying to get rid of TikTok now.
This is why they're trying to get rid of TikTok now. If it was that bad in the 90s, how bad do you think it is now? Now, this is the thing. I'm gonna say this, and I'm about to turn it over to you guys. The Constitution allows. I have a vested interest in this because I am a convicted felon. Felony over 30 years old, but I know how hard it is. Look, it's hard, people. If you are young and you listening to this here and you're doing things that can get you caught into the system, listen to a veteran in this thing. Whatever it is that you're doing, stop it. Okay? Do not ruin your life because that's exactly what you're going to do. By the grace of the Most High, I have lived pretty comfortable, right? I have been able to keep a job, and not just jobs, but pretty decent jobs, right? Never had to worry about anything, but I'm going to tell you something. Everybody's story is not like mine, okay? As a convicted felon, they make it hard for you to work. They make it hard for you to be able to find somewhere to live. They make it hard for you because the system is set for you to go back. If you can't work, you're going to do something to eat, which is probably going to be illegal. If you can't find nowhere to live, you're going to do something illegal. See what I'm saying? This is how it is. But our Constitution allows convicted felons to be members of the Congress, where a convicted felon like myself can't find no job.
Can't vote.
Can't vote.
Even if they are in prison. It is up to the Senate or the House to decide who may serve as a state office. Different laws apply to different places. These are the people that we entrust to create, make, and establish laws. What are y'all thoughts about that?
I'll go real quick. And this is, and again, no endorsement of Donald Trump here or whatever, but this is what scares me about him giving back the power to the states. I don't think he realizes what Kings, what we just read, and the seating of the left and the right. The left side of the Most High, they're allowed by the Most High to do the evil work. The right side, or the Malaks or the Malakim, is there to be his right to do the righteous things. So a president says, okay, we're going to do this executive order, give the power back to the states. Okay, great. We say great. But then guess what? The numbers he just read out, and the left and the right, they're getting
state representatives.
State representatives. Right. Now they have the power in Texas, North Carolina, South Carolina, Missouri, where a lot of us are. And the Dred Scott decision, we've said it on the show all the time. It's still on the books. It was never solidified where the power for us in any laws is concerned. It's up to the state.
Mm-hmm.
So now you got every criminal he just named, can't even get a credit card, and a felon and you got power in your hands again, that the president of the United States has signed over saying, look, I don't want anything to do with this. I got bigger fish to fry. You take care of it. Oh man. As it was in the days of Noah, it's about to be a lot happening, guys. And that's my point.
Great takeaway from that.
Because you read the Constitution can say, oh, you can't do this, you can't do this, but you can do this, even if you've done what we telling other people they can't do.
What is that?
What? Bruh, boy, this show. Woo, man, I just go ahead, Banaf. I don't know. It's crazy. That video is crazy.
One of the main reasons it was so difficult finding any updated information is because nobody has charted it. Nobody has put it together. I imagine whoever this is in this video did his research, because crimes like that are public record. Yep. They're public record. You can go look up over half of that stuff and find out if somebody has committed a crime or not, especially in today's time, right? Nobody has put it together, but experts contacted by the Associated Press said that they were unaware of any sources or databases that track crimes among members of Congress in such a way. Of course not. They don't want that information out there because they need the American people to trust them to be able to make decisions for them, because, you know, Americans are too stupid to make decisions on their own. They don't know what they want. They don't know what they need. So we're going to make those decisions for them. So the best way for us to be able to garner your trust and make sure that we can continue to make these diabolical decisions for you is to make sure that this kind of information is not put together in a chart so that it's easily accessible. You got to go do some research to find this stuff. Gotcha. But if you go through every single person that's listed in Congress, put their name to a Google search, go to the state that they live in, look up public records, you can find it. Yeah. It just requires work. I don't think anybody has done that. That's the reason that you haven't been able to find it. But I agree with Io. It is going to be very interesting and telltale for how some of these states start to govern moving forward. With Trump giving and I don't disagree. I don't disagree that it needs to be back to the states.
Right.
I think allowing the federal government to make so many decisions as a blanket for everybody is wrong, because what works in Tennessee does not necessarily work in Texas.
See, the thing with it giving back to the states, this is how it's supposed to be to begin.
Correct.
And
that's what I said. I don't disagree.
This is why reading is what they always say. It's fundamental. Something from somebody, you know what I'm saying? Put it in the book, especially us, right? And so you got so many people who think they are knowledgeable with how politics work and what be going on, and they really not, because you're crying about certain things. And I agree with you totally, Yo, that it's going to be a whole crap show, right? PG, it's going to be a whole crap show with this going back to the states running things. This is how it's supposed to be. People don't understand, and I think I posted this one day. Do people understand the difference between democracy and republic? I don't know if a lot of people understand the difference. It's supposed to be a republic to begin with. See, there used to be a such thing as the territory of Texas. There used to be a such thing as the territory of North Carolina, the territory of South Carolina, the territory of Oklahoma. There was territories, meaning that here in America, every state was pretty much its own country.
It governed itself.
It governed itself, right? But then they franchised into the United States of America Corporation. You hear us talk about this all the time. And that's what the federal is. Think of it like FedEx, right? The rules that apply to FedEx only apply to the employees of FedEx. So they tell FedEx, you can't come to work, in shorts and flip-flops. You know what I'm saying? Or you can't be on our property. Put it that way. You can't be on our property in shorts and flip-flops as an employee of FedEx. Well, I can go pick you up. You are, and I can have on shorts and flip-flops. Why? Because I'm my own territory. You dig what I'm saying? So if that's what he is going to do, is he threatening? And this is a sure sign. There's the reason I'm bringing this up. This is a sure sign that this stuff is coming to an end. Is he cold talking, subliminally talking that the Fed is going to remove themselves? And if so, how are they going to do this? And is it going back to the days of Bill Bass, territories. You gotta look at this thing, man. Is this the beginning of the fall of an empire, which we know? Yeah. But we gotta listen to the talk that is happening. He's giving power back to the states, which means that they're no longer going to be franchised to the corporation.
Right. Right. And it's supposed, like you said, it's supposed to be like that. That my fear is how many of the left and the right side is corrupt to where politics won't play, trying to one up each other. That's the issue. It's supposed to be back in the States, and they supposed to come together bilateral, bipartisan, and figure out, okay, we can't do this with Medicaid, feds, and say, okay, here's the budget. North Carolina, this is your budget. You got this many seniors, you got this many handicap, you got this many on food stamps, figure it out. And instead of playing politics, they actually sit down where they take all day, 4 days, 3 weeks, and they actually figure it out. That's how it's supposed to be, like you said. But now in 2024, if that was in the 1990s, and he just think how corrupt it is now. Now money, power, and corruption rules the states. So now that the states have it,
exactly.
That's
exactly.
Where we are.
Let's go. Yeah, it's about to be real weird out here, people. Like, and I have no better way of saying it. Look at it. I mean, 7 arrested for fraud. You people look, do you not understand? I wish I knew the year. I think it was like in 1901, I believe it was. That was only 3 federal crimes. Now we got thousands of federal crimes, people. And guess what one of the original federal crime was? Fraud. You got 7 people at this time in Congress that was arrested for fraud. We never heard about that. They should have been. Y'all remember Ray Rice? You remember Ray Rice?
Yeah.
What happened to him? What happened to him? Tell me his story.
They say they had him on video coming out of the elevator, him and his wife fussing and fighting.
And what happened to him?
Yeah, he was out the league. Still
don't nobody know who Ray Rice is.
Right.
You have on this list 29 members of Congress have been accused of spousal abuse.
Right. But he got blackballed for sure.
Yeah, he did.
was having probably the best. He was having a Saquon Barkley season. He was almost at 1,800 yards for the year. That happened. He was done.
Yes.
Had him on
you
camera.
Got 14 arrested on drug-related charges.
Yep. And
don't you know that America has about 4 million people locked up, and more than half of those people that's locked up are locked up on drug-related charges? When you got 14 in Congress at this time,
making laws.
And this was in the 90s, right after the 1994
crime bill.
Come on, man.
Thank you,
bro. That's why this stuff about to get. It's about to get, like you said. The only word you can find is weird. It's about to get
weird. It's about to get weird.
Real weird. They're gonna be.
Let's run this next story. Oh, go ahead, Doc. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead. I know we got to. I said they're gonna be willing and dealing for real behind the scenes.
Yeah, man. So I just wanted to point that out, man. The corruption that is within the walls of the Congress, and. Yeah, man, and these are the people who we vote in too. You gotta understand that these are the people that we vote in too. You know what I'm saying? That the people vote in, man.
Right.
Man, these are topics that can have their own shows for real.
We got the next 7 shows. Well, just thinking we were still trying to fit music in.
Right.
Well,
look at here.
This next one, go ahead and run. Let me see. Let me make sure I got it right. Yep, that's it. Let's go to this next topic. Then we.
Do not not fly on 11 day. Do not fly on the 29th of the month. You've seen what happened. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 5. 5 plane crashes. January 29th, 3 plane accidents in the world. And yesterday, on the first day of the snake, 2025, January 29th, we had a very serious plane accident in Washington, D.C., where over 60 people on American Airlines died in midair in takeoff because they collided with a helicopter.
Man.
Shaka Boom Show ain't getting on no plane now.
Oh boy, we can't even drive past the airport now.
Take the back road.
I'm telling you,
Thought I had. It ain't there though, but yeah, man, December was a deadly month for aviation, man. It really was. At least, and I put at least, they didn't say at least, I put at least 7 plane crashes. What we do know, hundreds died in December from this. It was a bad month for aviation. Real quick, get right to it, man. Do you guys think that it was just a bad month, or do you think that these were sacrifices? I don't have a better way of asking that question.
This is all spiritual. It's all spiritual, bro.
Think so?
Oh, 100%.
All spiritual.
Yeah.
You can't have that many of the similar types of coincidences continue to repeat to the point that everybody's like, what is really going on? Mm-hmm. One accident, we always say, right? 1 is an accident, 2 is by the time you get to that 3rd one, you're like, all right, something ain't right. And then by the 4th and 5th one, you already know what it is. And if you think anything differently, shame on you.
Again, common sense is you crazy. You ain't got all your marbles. You don't think
your elevator don't go to the top.
Your elevator don't go to the top, and you just using basic common sense to I ain't flying. Oh, you scared of everything. You out for that many planes to be? Nah, I'm not. I'm good. I drive across the water. I had them wheels spinning so fast, I'll reach the other side.
Shaka Boom, don't let them do that.
The wheels be we'll be scooting.
Don't do that.
But yeah,
it ain't gonna work like that.
It better not.
That's funny.
It ain't gonna work like that.
It ain't gonna work like that. Okay,
right.
Okay, all right.
They said they'd rather take their chances than having the plane drop out the sky when they knew better.
They say that one of them roadways catch that car.
You really be.
Yes, indeed.
Right.
But yeah, man, Deadly December, bro. I just think is the most highest. Man, I think me and you was talking the other week or the other day about this, and it's just how he'll warn the wicked because he's gonna judge. He'll judge the family first, the house of Yasharal. But before he judges, he'll warn us with them. He'll be doing stuff in the world. You'll be like, oh man. See, if we're gonna see it and discern, like, okay, if planes are falling out the sky in the natural, just think what's happening in the spirit first.
Mm-hmm.
It's an all-out war. Them Malaks, them Malakim from the right side is definitely battling. What did he tell Daniel? He said, Daniel, I had your blessing, but I was held up for 21 days.
There you go. That's exactly what he told him.
So now that this is happening in the earth now, just think.
The prince of was it Persia?
He was like, man, I was held up. I was fighting for my life.
One of the things.
Come on, man. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I do not be meaning to cut you off. I apologize.
You good?
Yeah. But that's one of the things my daughter and I was talking about. We was talking about the spirit world. Because I'm big on trying to get my family to understand that the spirit world, well, they do understand, but you got to keep it on their mind.
Absolutely.
That the spirit world is real. Because see, this physical world, we can touch it. You know what I'm saying? I can reach over there and grab my wife by her chin and give her a kiss, and she feel that emotion. You dig what I'm saying? I can do that because it's tangible.
Right.
But we tend to forget the spirit world. Remember Elijah when he prayed, he said, Mosiah, open up this man's eyes.
Come on, man. Come on.
So he can see what's out here before us right now. When he opened them up, he seen all of them angels. And that's what it is right now. Right now, like I was explaining to my daughter, there are thousands of angels, both good and bad. Right now, they tussling.
Right and the left.
They tussling. You dig what I'm saying? And so one of my prayers when I wake up, I need 1,000 angels to protect me as I go through my day.
Yep.
I need them because I know that they're real. And this, like you say, this is spiritual. And a higher is allowing it to happen. Why? Just like you said, so that we who have spiritual eyes that are open, we can see it. We who have spiritual ears that are open, we can hear it. And what are we supposed to be? We're supposed to be like Sapphira, which is a watchman. Yep. Cry out loud, spare not. That's what our job is, man.
Again,
I have no doubt that this was spiritual and that there are sacrifices. Look, a lot of blood needed to be required around this time.
Yep.
You got the end of festival season, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's.
Yep.
You got the presidential inauguration. You got the Grammys that they just had. Mm-hmm. You got the Super Bowl that's coming up. And on top of all of that, you got the beginning of the Gregorian New Year, which begins when? In the dead of winter.
Yep. And the Chinese New Year that was on January 29th, the year of the snake.
The year of the snake.
Mm-hmm. That's what they. So all
a lot of blood was required, people.
Yep. Because that's a lot of angst, anxiety, energies. That's a lot of different spirits in the air. People's hearts, the thoughts from people's hearts, what they speak out. That's a lot in the atmosphere.
Yes. That's a lot, man. 59% of all 2024's, that's a lot. 59% of all 2024's fatalities have occurred within December. With 38 attributed to Christmas Day, Azerbaijan airline crash, and a further 179 attributed to the Jehu air crash, right? And 170 people died on that one, and that was on 12/28. You had the Azerbaijan airline crash, which was on Christmas Day, and it killed 38 out of 67 passengers. There was a private plane crash in Brazil that occurred on the 22nd of December. It killed 10 members of the Galazzi family. And I said I was going to look that family up to see who they were. It had to be somebody important. But that plane flew into a chimney of a house.
Yes. Wow.
Then you had the Papua New Guinea Islander crash. Say it, baby. Yeah. And I can see this, y'all. I just don't know how to read right now. This was on the 22nd of December. And it was a Britain Norman B9 2B26 plane, Islander. All 5 people on that plane deceased. Then you had the Kamaka air crash in Hawaii. This was on the 17th of December. This plane, which was on a training flight, it lost control shortly after takeoff. It executing a sharp left bank before crashing into a building, and both pilots died on that one. And the occupants of a missing plane, it was found, and everybody on it was found dead. And this was in December, on December the 20th. You got the Argentina Challenger crash, which was on the 17th of December, which was on a ferry flight, and it missed the runway. It missed the runway, and it hit a perimeter fence, and it collided with a tree, and it caught on fire, and it killed both of its pilots. And last lastly, on December 23rd, a small aircraft crashed near Fife Airport in Scotland, killing a 50-year-old pilot. And then, of course, we had the 29th, January the 29th crash with a plane leaving Kansas, of all places. It was hit by a Black Hawk, killing 67 people. What is going on here? Okay. And it was killing 67, and it killed 67 people. So, yeah, I don't know no other way of you know, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
How else are you going to warn people? It's like they don't want to hear, because like we were saying before in other topics, all this carnal, they can't see the kingdom. So when you do cry aloud and spare not, as the vessel, they get mad at they get mad at you. They get mad at us. That's like somebody throwing some water on you. You get mad at the cup.
Right. Exactly. Now, people, y'all please don't get mad at me, because I know this might sound a little morbid, but I'm not being morbid. I'm thinking for real outside of the box here. And I do believe that these were sacrifices. And how ironic was it that we had a plane that went down to DC that left Kansas City? Mm-hmm. And we also had a medical plane that went down to Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. North side of Pennsylvania.
I thought it was Philly.
Yeah, Philly. Thing. Okay, that's not Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's not Philly.
Yeah, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Let me turn this daggone ring off, because I don't know what's going on here. Which is the two teams that are in the Super Bowl. Okay,
ain't that something?
Kansas City and the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, you had 67 people that died in that Black Hawk accident, and I had a video of that. I don't know what happened to it, but when you look at that thing, man, that Black Hawk flew right into that plane.
Yeah,
I mean, right into that plane.
And me and you, we talked last week about like any pilot information. I know they tried a couple stories to sort of throw out there and see if we were going to bite, but other than that, you haven't heard about a Black Hawk. You haven't heard about any pilots that were driving it. So was this an unmanned helicopter?
But no, they did come out with some names. So they was holding a female name back for the longest because it was a DEI hire. She was a DEI hire, and that's why Trump came out as soon as it happened with that. So he knew, yeah. They was trying to keep her name revealed. I mean, hidden. Yeah, they was trying to keep her name hidden.
And everybody who jumped out there and didn't know anything, talking about, I can't believe he's blaming DII. How stupid is that? How stupid is that? First of all, it's the president, so you know he got inside information. He was one of the first to find out, regardless of whether the family wanted the public to know or not. President gonna know.
Yeah, but I mean, I can kind of see what people is like. You know, as a president, I think people are like, hey, don't say that until we can know. Because I was one of the ones like, okay, well, what are the names of the Black Hawk pilot? Like, what happened? If it's, and I think from the naked eye, from when you see what happened, like Shir said, if it's trying to dive and miss it, okay, somebody human was driving it. But when it just went right into it, it's like
it just flew right into it.
That's a little fishy. So I think that's why people was trying to gather information and trying to be like, okay, what
look
happened?
For the video on Truth Be Told Flex podcast in our shorts. Because I thought I had it for the night. It's not there, but I do have it. I'm going to post it in our shorts. Yeah, it flew right into it, man. And so I'm still not, even though they gave names, and it's just my opinion, don't nobody have to rock with it. And I'm not even asking you to, just my opinion. I'm still not 100% sure that it was being flown, because people play chicken all the time, right? And somebody gonna go one way or the other. And we talking about a Black Hawk helicopter, which maneuvers a lot like a drone, which means that it has the ability to stop, back up, move. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This joker never wavered.
Right.
On top of that, it was flying at an altitude that it was not supposed to be flying at anyway. It was a whole 100 feet above the altitude that it was supposed to be flying at anyway. You dig what I'm saying? And so,
unless the pilot was just really not paying attention.
Hey, you could have been texting.
Well, air traffic controller was part of the problem too, because they were directing two aircrafts as opposed to just one, which is not
right. And that was the other thing too, because they had one aircraft pilot control. Is that what it's called?
Air traffic controller.
Yeah, which should have been a two person job, and they only had one in the top. Yep, they only had one in the top.
Right. I do remember hearing that. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So going back to my diabolical statement, what I was about to say. Plane that went down to DC, leaving Kansas City, 67 people died on that plane crash. And the one that happened in Philly, six people aboard that plane died, plus one that was on the ground. Look, yeah, please don't shoot me, okay? And I'm not saying that this is, you know what I'm saying, it's just how I think outside the box. But if you take 6 and 7, you add that, you got 13. Mm-hmm. You got 7, you got football scores, sure.
Mm-hmm.
If that game end up 13-7 Kansas City, I promise y'all, I might go streaking. My wife, she better hold it.
I'm not.
That's going to not end up no 13-7, man. I'm just.
If it do, we both might go. No, I'm just playing. My wife. I'll be calling you. I'm outside. I got put out.
I know, right? I'll be like, yeah, me too.
I didn't fly. I drove all the way down here.
and I'll be at your place.
Right. I drove all the way up.
And me and Shaka Boom gonna be somewhere with some white coats.
Yes,
looking for both of y'all.
But those are football scores for real, man. You know, that's an extra. That's a miss. Extra PAT. That's 2 touchdowns.
That's something to chew on, folks.
Yeah,
a few days. Like,
yeah.
Oh,
so
man, boy.
Yeah. Let's get ready for our Beyond Critical Race Theory. My man is going to bring us a remembrance of a great one. Go ahead and take it over.
Yeah, on a great note, I was just overlooking this, and I didn't realize that it was 4 years ago, January 2021, January 28th, 2021. And for this Beyond Critical Race Facts, today we are remembering Miss Cicely L. Tyson.
Aww.
One of the greatest, man. Now, like I said, I didn't realize January 28th, 2021, she was 96 years old. And we're going to title this Beyond Critical Race Facts, Gone But Not Forgotten, Remembering Cicely L. Tyson. Cicely Tyson was an actress and fashion model in a career which spanned more than 7 decades. Listen, 7 decades.
That's 70 years for this new generation who don't get taught how to write cursive.
70 years. I'm sorry, 17 years. She became known for her portrayal of strong African-American women. Tyson was discovered by a photographer for Ebony magazine and became a popular fashion model in the early 1950s. Her first acting role was on the NBC series Frontiers of Faith in 1951. Tyson got her first play role in 1950 and her first film role in Carib Gold in 1956. Tyson appeared on the popular television series East Side, West Side on the soap opera The Guiding Light. She was nominated for the Academy and Golden Globe Awards for Best Actress for her performance as Rebecca Morgan in Sounder in 1972, also winning NSFC Best Actress and NBR Best Actress awards. She starred in the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman in 1974. That was one of the most iconic.
One of my favorites.
Yes, that's our community, one of the favorites, for which she won 2 Emmy Awards and was nominated for a BAFTA Award. Tyson has been nominated for 13 Primetime Emmy Awards, winning 3. Man. In 2011, she appeared in the film The Help, for which she received awards for her ensemble work as Constantine from the BFCA and SAG Awards, and she has an additional 4 SAG Award nominations. She starred on Broadway in The Trip to Bountiful as Carrie Watts, for which she won the Tony Award, Outer Critics Award, and Drama Desk Award for Best Actress in a Play. Wow. She previously received a Drama Desk Award in 1962 for her off-Broadway performance in Moon on a Rainbow Shawl. Tyson was named a Kennedy Center honoree in 2015. In 2016, Tyson received the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which is the highest civilian honor in the United States in 2020. She was inducted into the Television Hall of Fame. Tyson's memoir, Just As I Am, was published on January 26, 2021, and she was promoting the book during the last weeks of her life. When she asked how she wanted to be remembered in an interview with Gayle King, Tyson said, and I love this, "I've done my best. That is all." Tyson died on January 28th, 2021 at the age of 96. Her funeral was held February 16th in Harlem and was attended by Tyler Perry, Lenny Kravitz, Bill and Hillary Clinton, and many, many others. Gone but not forgotten. Remembering Miss Cicely L. Tyson. What an iconic, because I'll just before I throw it to y'all. Back in those days, and a long time, we just didn't see a lot of our women on screen.
Right.
And I just think she's not celebrated enough, man. And I came across that article, I was like, man, it's been 4 years and she was 96. So a long celebrated life for Miss Cicely L. Tyson, man. Jane Pittman. Come on, somebody. That's one I remember. So go ahead, guys.
She died at 96, but not pull that last picture that you had up there that had all the years of her life and the year it was.
One
pull
second.
that up. I want to show something here.
Give me moments, sir.
Give me one moment.
I might have too much going on right now. My computer is okay. Here we go.
Was that it? Yep, that's it. Pull that up. Scroll down. Y'all look at that 2020 age 95. Look how vibrant she look right there.
I know that smile. Like,
look at that. When you said she died at 96, 2021 and 96, I was just looking at that picture right there.
Look at that.
I got an uncle that just died. My Uncle Ed, he was 95. We just talking about Uncle Ed. Uncle Ed just seemed like nothing was wrong with him. It's like, what happened, dude? Most High just get to make him tired all of a sudden, or you know what I'm saying? But, I don't know, but this was for real an iconic lady for real.
Yes.
When it comes, this is like how Morgan Freeman is going to be remembered almost.
Exactly.
You dig what I'm saying?
How James Earl Jones is being remembered.
Right, exactly. You know, and what made these three names that we just called off so beautiful is that how humble all of them seem to be. Let me put that out there, because I don't know these people. I always got to, you know what I'm saying? I don't know these people. But how humble all of them seem to be. Even the dude that was on Sesame, Lou Gossett Jr. I don't know if you remember Lou Gossett Jr. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, man. I'm blessed to be in the era where I was able to actually see her do her work. You know what I'm saying? And every time she came across the stage or in the camera, she graced it and she lit up a room. So that was an excellent one.
Yeah, man.
Excellent.
And this, you know, being in the 30s, being a teenager and a young lady coming up through and passing away just 4 years ago. One of the two eras that I'm thankful that the Most High didn't have me live. One was the Viking and the early 1400s. and another was the early 1900s and the 40s and 50s. And for her to be able to last through that, it's just
it's remarkable.
It's remarkable because that's one of the eras where I'm like, thank you, Most High, that I wasn't living. So, you know, all praises. So all praises, man, that she was able to have that iconic career, and as I was saying, in that time frame, be able to do what she did and have a legacy that she has left.
And she did it with such grace.
That's what I'm saying.
And class. And class. She didn't have to take her clothes off. She didn't have to portray a prostitute. She didn't have to do any of those things to get recognized and have the longevity that she had. It was strictly her character, based on everything I know about Cicely Tyson. It was really based on her character. Everybody she left everybody with wisdom. They all said that they felt better for having been in her presence.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was good.
Well said, Mr. Bernard.
Man, we're an hour 36 minutes into the show. I believe that we're doing pretty good as well. We just got through talking about deadly December in aviation, but this one here was so bad that I felt like it needed to have its own segment, and this is this is the Northeast Philly crash. Go ahead and run that clip.
A plane. One plane. A plane? Yeah. A plane? Yeah, a plane. No, a plane came down. Yeah, one plane crashed. Oh my goodness, bro. Oh my God. It's crazy. What exploded? What exploded? I don't know. What the Those 2 cars burned.
First of all, let me say that from the Truth Be Told Flex podcast, family condolences to all of the families, man, both the DC crash and even that happened there in Philly, man. And even the people that witnessed that in Philly, you know, I'm sure a lot of them would never, ever be the same again. But all 6 on board of that plane, Ayoba, but not Truth Be Told family, they died, and a person in the car was the 7th fatal victim in that 5-day crash. Let me get my words right. An air ambulance, okay, a medical plane, failed on that busy Philadelphia street, and authorities said Saturday as investigators sifting through the burned cars, the damaged homes, charred debris, looking for clues to determine why the aircraft plummeted shortly after it took off. This was shortly after takeoff. They had a patient on this plane taking it to another destination. 51, man. I've seen my share of plane crashes on the news. Seen my share of plane crashes on the news. There was one that went down in Dallas off of 183, which is close to DFW Airport, 121 and 183. There it went right across the freeway there. You know. Tell me, Bernard and Ayo, tell me, when was the last time you guys have seen or heard anything such as what we just saw in that video clip?
I can't remember. Not a small airplane like that making that. That was. I can't remember, honestly.
So, to put things in perspective, we first have to understand that it wasn't just a plane. It's a jet. Jets have a different type of fuel from my understanding. So I did a little research, and to explain why it ignited the way it did, because I know that was a big question. How come the plane ignited the way it did? So jet fuel, typically a type of kerosene, is highly flammable. During a crash, fuel tanks can rupture and the fuel can vaporize and mix with the air. If there's a spark caused by metal scraping, electrical system shorting out, or engine parts impacting, the fuel can ignite and explode. And that is likely what happened. Obviously, they're going to come out with their report and tell you what happened. I think the bigger piece that we should be focusing on is why the plane crashed, not so much what happened after it crashed, because that can be, explained by science in terms of the fact that it's a jet. It's not just a plane. The fuel on it is different than just your average plane. It's a jet. So that explains why it went down the way that it went down, because I'm sure it was going at a high rate of speed. But the bigger question is, why did it crash? Not what happened afterwards. Why did it crash to begin with?
Well, I guess you answered my question then, and really in the whole entire segment, because no way did I want to demise what it was, and neither, demise the casualties that was there. And I asked that question the way that I asked for a reason. So thank you for your explanation. I was not going to say it was not a plane, right? I was not going to say that, right? But I was curious as to what did I see, though? You know what I'm saying? Because that looked like more of as old girl on I1 TV that I be looking at news, a missile. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. It did not look like a plane. Jet, plane, noted. Two different aircrafts, two different types of fuel. And yes, I know that jet fuel is very flammable. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, very flammable. So it makes more sense now right? As to what I was looking at and how it caused as much damage. It put a hole in the ground, people.
Yeah.
Let me just throw this other little piece in there. Jet engines are basically controlled explosions while they're running. If a crash compromises an engine while it's still running, the result can be obviously catastrophic, igniting fuel and leading to an explosion. But I was not shocked, but it did kind of put things into perspective to learn that jet engines are controlled explosions while they're running.
While it's running.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what another thing that I noticed and realized, because I was, the way my mind set up, I was like, now wait a minute, was that thing whistling? I was like, what? So, but when the guy got out of the car and was like, what was that? And the guy was like, that was a plane. He was there. He seen it. So when I heard him say that, I was like, okay, that from the naked eye, that was right up on it. They know what they seen, something silver with some wings, and it was going down. So again, man, condolences to the families that was, for that to be a air ambulance, to be getting
with a patient,
and for that to happen, I cannot imagine that the sheer terror within the last seconds, or the families replaying in their minds, get the call that the family members got from the wreck, they're gonna airlift them to so-and-so, and then to hear that. Like, I can't imagine what the family was going through, replaying those last seconds of their family member's life through their heads every day. That's tough.
Cry Loud Israel. She said that she was actually a flight attendant off and on for 10 years, and she flew on jets. And that's real important too, man. I'm like real appreciative, but not for that information that you brought out, man, because a lot of people don't really know the difference in diesel and gasoline, which is two different types of fuel altogether. You know what I'm saying? And jet fuel, never thought of it. You know what I'm saying? It was a jet. I guess if I had to take time and stop being so far out the box all the time, I guess I probably would have. You know what I'm saying? But I stay out the box. Sometimes you got to pull me back up in there. But I've never seen anything like that though, man. Never.
Yeah. And if you want to go all the way back to 9/11, that's different from steel beams. It was jet fuel, so it exploded. But here, this is street and stoplights and cars and houses, opposed to steel beams inside the infrastructure. So it's a little different, because people may hear this, be like, well, how did the Twin Towers, how did they fall? It was the same jet. No, they were steel beams, though, that they said it was reinforced steel that could not melt. That's a little different from regular houses and cars and stop signs.
Man, that
explosion was violent. That was a
violent explosion. And it's amazing that only one person on the ground died.
Right.
In all of that, you know what I'm saying?
I was expecting more.
The question I have with the information that Bernard brought out, do commercial planes burn a different fuel than jets?
I would imagine.
Look it up. Let's see what Google say.
Well, I wonder with that question, I pose another question. I wonder with air ambulance, is it also a little different as far as getting somebody injured? Because with the ambulance, just like a ground ambulance, seconds and minutes is life or death.
Right.
No matter of life and death. So again, in an air ambulance, do they have a jet? Is even though it's the same as a regular jet, it has fuel, but is this fuel just a little stronger because the jet has to go just a little faster? You see what I'm saying? So that's another question, is like, okay, with attached to what Banath, the information she had, and then the question you have.
Right.
So the long and short, yes, planes and jets typically run on different types of fuel depending on the type of aircraft and engine. And it gives a whole list of things, but Jet A and Jet A1 common in commercial aviation, kerosene based with a higher flash point for safety. Jet B, more volatile blend of kerosene and gasoline used in extremely cold environments like military and Arctic operations. And then aviation gasoline used by small propeller planes and some helicopters with piston engines. And then it goes on to list a bunch of different other things. But yes, the long and short is they do run on different fuel.
Wow. Great stuff, man. I didn't know that.
I did not know that either, man. And that's what we here for, to learn. All praises for that, man, because I got more answer tonight on that particular crash than I have since it happened. You know what I'm saying? Because if you go back and look at any video and go to the comments, I ain't the only one thinking like that.
Everybody was like, yo, like what was that? Was that I mean, again, the what in the heavens, what in the spirit is causing all of this, man?
What's BRB? I'm curious. I see that.
Be right
I
back.
think that means be right back.
Oh, okay.
That's Sister Shaman Castillo.
Hey, I just learned me a new slang, BRB. I'm sitting there looking.
Y'all pray for your aunt, man.
Please and thank you.
Keep him in prayer.
My daughter asks me just about every day, why are you like this?
You should tell her, don't worry, because it's coming for you too.
Yes, indeed.
You're going to be the same way.
Hey, I keep myself tamed on this show. Y'all have no idea what I put my family through over here, man.
Y'all say pray for him, pray for us.
Right. I'm going to keep y'all lifted, boy.
Please and thank you.
Hey, I be putting them through, Jamil.
Please and thank you.
BRB, y'all like, huh? We talking about planes and jets and fuel. Is that a thing?
Big running back. Black running back.
So when she come back, she's gonna be I'm back. Nah. Okay, yeah.
Don't do it, kill her.
Oh, praises, man. Let's keep this thing going. But thank you, Bernard, for that information, man. That was quick and to the point right there, man. That was quicker to the point. 54 months. We got to get this one in. That last topic. Let's carry that last topic over for next week. About the super soldiers. Let's make that. Yeah, make that number one. We got to get this one in. IB. I'm back. I understood that, Jimmy. I'm back. Say, let's get it in. We are going to go a little over because this one here is going to take a little bit of discussion as well. Run that video clip, but not and
which video clip, sir?
It was in order. Oh, they not in order because I just put that one in there. All right. That one right there that's at the bottom now. There you go.
I told y'all, pray for me.
These children are not just kidnapped and in some cases bred by families as a cash crop. We have people in the United States of America that breed children in order to sell them. And when they are sold, they come without birth certificates, which means it's easier to kill them and have no one ask where they are. We're also importing children by the plane load. Again, children who have no documentation. It's not just child slavery or child sex abuse. It's also child torture because you have adrenalized blood. You have the whole blood drinking ceremony of the satanic world. It's also the use of children for harvesting body organs. We'll have the Falun Gong testimony tomorrow. One of the reasons that the Falun Gong are so popular is because they're so healthy, so that you can harvest their body organs and get the very best. And then you have ritual ceremonies and ritual murder.
Yeah, man. I came across that and I had to pull it, people. One reason I had to is because I've been saying for years, telling people, my wife, she's here, she'll tell you, I've been telling people, look, the government is harvesting children. The government have children put away that have absolutely no parents, no documents, no nothing, and they use these children. You hear us talk about on this show all the time, sleeper cells. All of them are not sleeper cells in the conventional sense of they were from the military. Some of them were for, matter of fact, is it not Jason Bourne, the movie with Tom Cruise,
Mission Impossible?
No, not Mission Impossible. I just watched it the other day. There you go. Yeah, I haven't seen it. Go check it out, man. He got a daughter in that show.
Yeah.
Got a daughter, and I'm not pissed to give up. I'm not gonna give up the show. Go watch it though, okay? Yeah. This stuff is real. I had to pull this so that you can see. Look, and you talking about all these immigrants, and remember they say children are being taken away from their parents and blah, blah, blah. This is also something that the orange man said he fits to expose and get rid of. This kind of talk right here. Now, let me introduce who we was talking to. He is a former CIA officer. His name is Robert David Steele. This video was back from August of 2021. This government position of a CIA officer, in my opinion, makes his claims worthy to be listened to. Right? A lot of people will blow this stuff off, but if there is anybody who should know or would know or could know, it would be a former CIA agent. Am I correct? Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So this guy was known for anti-Semitic beliefs and falsely asserting that NASA operates child slave colonies on Mars. Now, this is something that me and the Ak was talking about before the show started. And if you know where Mars could really be right now, I know I'm about to sound crazy to a lot of people, but like I was telling the Ak earlier, just go and do your own research about it. Mars is not what we think it could be. Well, I don't want to put it like that. It possibly is not what we think that it could be, how science has taught us and NASA has taught us that is all these billion miles away and it's the orange planet that's out there and stuff, right? There are other lands on the other side of the ice caps, people, that the governments of the world know about, so much to the point that they have stations out there and they got their flags out there and they got protection out there that they are not letting people go to so far. You can go here, but you can't go no
it's
far.
laws, you can't go out
exactly. There. And all of these countries are confederate with this here. And one of the particular lands that they have over there is called Mars. Now, if you want to hide children that you are breeding, wouldn't you think that you want to get them far away? Far away.
Yeah, you would just say, hey, they're on Mars. So that would make nobody would want to look. I mean,
nobody would.
Common sense.
Yeah.
Nobody would want to look.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So it makes it very plausible that they really are on Mars, man. Now, Robert Steele also claimed that the United States military bases, y'all get this right, that the United States military bases are lily pads used for smuggling gold and children. He says that we are normalizing pedophilia. And he also said that we are normalizing the destruction of the family, which we see this. These are bold statements that he is, accusations that he is talking about. Now get this. He also said that DVOT 91 was a hoax. But guess how he suddenly died? DVOT 91. What you think about what he had to say in that video, yo, but not?
I found a little something, and it you know, makes me think about when they talk about celebrity gatekeepers, you know, Madonna, Charlize Theron. They don't have any children of their own, but they adopt these children and they be dressing them all weird, dressing the little boys in dresses, got the little girls with pantsuits on, like, and you be like, well, what's going on? But check this out. They talk about in a drug that can only be found in the human skull, the pineal gland, of an infant whose blood has been adrenalized with fear, then unalived, which now makes up a multi-billion-dollar black market industry, and the reason why over 800,000 of those small ones go missing in the USA annually. So again, it makes you think on what the ARC is saying. Like, are these kids get taken from their parents, and this fear builds up, and then once they do what they supposed to do, then they go in and get the syringe and pull that out of their skull and mix it up in a concoction and drink it, or whatever they do. But all these rumors and stories over the decades that you hear about Hollywood and doing this and these celebrities doing that, and Kim Kardashian getting what they call that procedure, something vampire something, where she takes the blood and they spin it and they massage it in her face to make her look younger.
Yeah,
that's weird.
They use a baby's foreskin.
That is the most diabolical. That is wicked. That's wicked. So yeah, man, I have a tendency to think that on the other side of that ice wall, I mean, they put it in movies. Look at Transformers. One of the Transformers that come on, they're in Antarctica in the ice caps, and they see that dinosaur transformer covered in ice that they're monitoring. You always heard about all these stories about Antarctica and all these military bases out there. What is on the other side of that wall behind Antarctica? What are these other places that Mosai said he's created, and the book of Enoch talks about, that our minds really can't fathom, and we try to make it up, but we don't think as the Most High does, and so our brains can't process it as the way. So we can't really, like I said, we think red planet Mars. It may be a land named Mars right behind the ice wall in Antarctica. So we just don't know how big the Earth is, man. It may be way bigger than what we think it is.
Right, and what we think, exactly, man. And the thing that gets me with what it is that he said is that I don't know if you listen to how he was talking, but he was including himself. This is what we are doing. You know what I'm saying? And so it's not like he was running away from anything. He was calling it as he saw it, man. And he was making people aware. And if there was anybody that you would think would come up missing, well, first of all, they called him anti-Semitic. You know what I'm saying? So then everything, I mean, you're talking about a whistleblower, man. He was, and look, to push their agenda in the way that they want to push their agenda, they got to have the right people to do it. Like I was saying, you heard us talk about sleeper cells on here. You've got to have people to play that role. Look, the NBA got a certain amount of players to play in their league. NFL got a certain amount of players to play in their league. And every year that number is met. Every team have the acquired number is met. In order for those leagues to have the season that they plan on having year after year after year after year. It's no different with the government. In order for them to carry out some of the stuff that they carry out, they have got to have the people to do it.
Absolutely.
To pull from.
Absolutely.
They got to.
Absolutely.
Yep. So where do you think that they getting these people from, man?
Absolutely.
They get these people out the womb. They got contracts on these people. We know that they got fertility blanks.
it's like you said, we were talking earlier. It's like the stuff that they brag about is now getting them in trouble.
Right.
They brag about fertility banks. They brag about this and that. Well, what are they really being used for?
Right.
How many times
have y'all heard us say after a school shooting,
right?
Where their parents at?
Where their parents? Like, like what's really good? Like it makes you think. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you got to think about this stuff, man. Because like I said, we've talked about the topics before. You always hear it, and then somebody. You got to test every spirit, right? That's what the word says. We try every spirit. So when you hear something and then you do your own research, and then you keep hearing about it and you keep hearing about it, then you do more research, and all the signs pointing to, okay, the Most High won't leave me alone about this. When you speak about it with common sense, you're the one called crazy or conspiracy theories. I don't do conspiracy theory.
But they call that's a CIA, FBI term that was made up to make people who
test the spirit and say no, that ain't right. Oh, now we can
They're crazy.
Thank you.
And they can't lock them up,
right?
Because there's too many of them that have the same quote unquote theory.
So what's going to happen under this administration? One of the things that's going to happen under this administration is that this type of talk is going to be outlawed. It's coming. Like I told somebody the other day, and I truly believe this, that if we continue this show, that I do feel like within the next 4 years, this show probably be shut down.
Oh man, listen. Well,
yeah.
And and that's another thing, like, we risk a lot under the Most High's protection. We ain't never scared. But on the other flip side, like it's like when we bring out this information,
absolutely,
I told y'all I've lived in a small Clemson, South Carolina, and a dude in the gas station was like, "Oh, how you doing today? Are y'all on tonight?"
Right.
That was crazy. I didn't even know how to respond. And he was like, "No, y'all on Wednesdays 8:30, right?"
Right.
I don't know this dude, but he told me when our show is on. I didn't even know.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. So again, y'all, this is why we say, hey, run up the likes. Hey, you can share it, because this information, again, the Most High said there's going to be famine in the land. And we talk about how we picture it happening. Oh, the word going to be taken away. Well, of course, the word, and this is the word in real time, in practical form. It's going to be taken away. It's going to be, Pharaoh is going to remove it.
So, and people always associate famine with food.
Right.
It ain't necessarily got to be food, people.
It's the spiritual food. This is spiritual food that we are cooking and feeding you. Like after this show, I can speak for Banath and Sheer. We got families, jobs to go to. We be tired, y'all.
Yes.
We be drained. Yes. This is spirit given out to you, to everybody.
I download after these shows. After these shows, you can ask Banath. I don't do nothing for about 2 days when these shows.
However, let me also put this out there. While we download and we have to go into our own little, let me regroup. I guarantee you, as soon as an article come across, I'll be firing them off to you. You be firing them off to IO, because this stuff doesn't rest.
It don't. And thankful that the Most High, we're not 21, our children's age, that He gives us the strength from week
absolutely
to do this, plus our 9 to 5, plus raise a family. Like, and this is what I'm saying. It's a job. It's a risk factor. And like Sheer was saying, and I said all that to say exactly what he was saying. Like, y'all, soon they'll take the show away. They'll yank us off for telling the truth.
Yeah. Most definitely, man. Most definitely. And like he said, please don't let that be overlooked. We take risks. I can't tell you. My wife will tell you, man. I've been saying for years. Them people know who I am. You know what I'm saying? And my kids, Daddy, what they tell? They be watching who come in the house sometimes. Is that Daddy? They'll test. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
They ask specific questions that they know only Sheer gonna have the appropriate response to. Because if he give anything different, bro, you got to go. You can't stay here. You can't stay here.
And again, we're saying all that to say we love it. But we ask y'all, the one thing we do,
it's a labor of love.
It's a labor of love, but don't not just us, but don't take the information for granted.
Correct.
One day, the Most High will allow. All right, that's it. They've had enough. If the soil hasn't received it 30, 60, 90, 100 fold, if the birds have eaten the seed, as the verse say, I think it's Matthew 13. If the sower has come and sowed bad seeds, then I allow them to give you the information. So as long as the Most High will allow us, hey man, I love y'all. I love him. We love him. We're gonna keep doing it. But this is the real factor, y'all. Like for real, like this is no joke.
Yeah,
talking about adrenochrome, like you don't.
Well, we thank y'all so much for joining us tonight. Let me see something.
Well, before we get out of here, I have something I want to share. For all of those of you who are in denial, shakaboom.
Wow.
That's a special one for you, Shakaboom. Put on them glasses, mama.
Hey, tell him, baby.
It's funny.
We just did that the other night. We was going to get something to eat, and one of the side was like, boy, that the moon is really close. Oh, never mind. Look, that's why she's laughing. Hey,
man.
We did
hey, that's how I live. I lived a big portion of my life in that haze.
Yes, indeed. Hey, what makes it worse, our oldest son, he just started wearing glasses last year, I believe, or year before last. Y'all, when I tell you his vision was despicable, when I saw the lenses he came home with.
That brother lived like Red Fox on Harlem Nights. I'm like, boy, how you been functioning?
He was like, I knew I couldn't see well. I didn't know it was like this.
Your eyeballs about to be out. Your eyeballs about to be outside the glass, like a cartoon.
Oh man.
Yes, indeed. So as y'all see, everybody get it in our house, man. Hey. This is not a house with sensitive people and thin skin. This is the wrong house.
Same here.
This is the wrong house.
Oh man.
Yes, indeed, man. But may the Most High bless the Truth Be Told Flex podcast family. And I think I'm speaking for all of us here at Yo Ben Yahuwah Nashalahaya. We love y'all.
Yes.
We will see y'all next week. We're going to lead it off with the super soldiers, y'all.
Whew.
Man, look at here.
Please tune in.
Whoa.
But with all that said,